Good morning. Happy Saturday. How are you today? Oh my gosh, I've had the craziest morning. Holy moly, I'm just going to tell you a quick story really quick. I, the other day found that we have a little patch of bunnies in our backyard. And I called animal control. First of all, I didn't even know what the heck they were. Called animal control. He said, "You have bunnies, cottontail bunnies." And I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Well, he says, if I take them, they're going to die. He said, if you just leave them here, hope that mom comes and feeds them, which is usually throughout the night, then they'll be fine. But there could be other critters that can come around and kind of attack them. So I was all nervous, and you know me, I'm expecting, well, I'm not going to have some guy just walk off with these bunnies in a trash can like they're garbage. So I'm like, oh my God, we got to keep them, So kept them. There were 8 of them. Let's fast forward a couple of days, keeping an eye on them. I walked back there this morning. I was so concerned because last night it was so cold and I was so worried. Like, oh my God, is the mom going to sit on them tonight or they're going to stay warm? And it was just bad. So I walked back there this morning and one of them was dead, 2 of them were gone, and 3 of them remained. And I'm like, oh my God. And I thought they were dead. So I messaged Pauly D and I'm like, I think they're dead and I'm starting to cry. And it was just a big mess. Well, then I touched one of them and it moved. And I was like, oh my God. So I ran in the house. I got some milk. And mind you, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I get some milk and I'm trying to put some, through a straw in its mouth. And I'm like, oh gosh. So then I said, forget this crap. So I put them in a blanket and I brought them in my house. And then I messaged Paul and I said, okay, I'm going to put a little blanket and then put a heating pad underneath them, right, to get them warmed up because I think that they were almost frozen to death. Anyway, make a long story short, Paul is probably at work rolling his eyes, and then he messages me and says, so did you name the bunnies yet? And I'm like, nope, but I'm on my way to the store to go get some cat milk and some bottles so I can manually feed them. So I have 3 bunnies that I'm nursing, trying to get them back to life, and then hopefully I can put them on their merry way, maybe give them to a bunny rescue or something. I don't know, but I just could not leave them be. Anyway, good morning. I had to share that crazy story with you because they're just so precious, and oh my gosh. But the main purpose of me hopping on live is I want to piggyback onto my live from yesterday. I had talked to you a little bit about how hormones will affect your metabolic state, your fat storing, all of that stuff. And I want to just tell you that I want you to think hormones first before anything, okay? It's going to take a little time to kind of shift your thinking to that mode, but I'm just going to give you a couple of little nuggets so that you can kind of put this in perspective. And another thing I want to share with you, if you are not a part of my nutrition and lifestyle group, oh my gosh, you have got to get in there. All you have to do is go to kellydunlaplifestyle.com. You will then be taken to a page asking for your name and your email address, but don't miss this important step because some people are missing this step. It's going to take you to another page that just says thank you, but it's going to give you the link that'll take you to where you need to go, okay? So make sure, just go to kellydunlaplifestyle.com. So let's talk about these hormones. Super quick. It's a great Saturday morning. I want you to just carry on with your day, but I wanted to fill your brain with this information before you started on your weekend, because let's face it, for many years, weekend warrior right here, perfect through the week. Weekend comes, fall off the wagon. How many of you can relate? I'm sure a lot of you that are watching. It's like you have the structure through the week. Weekend comes, it's like good time, party time, friends come over, you entertain, and you just kind of fall off. So if you have this information and it's there up in the front, you will then start to make better choices. So think hormones first. So think about this, that calories are important, which I mentioned yesterday, but they do not control your metabolism. Your hormones do, okay? Hormones, I think a lot of times, and let's just put this out here, a lot of times hormones are related to the female reproductive stuff, but it's way beyond that. It's way more than that. It has nothing, obviously has something to do with it, but when it comes to your eating, what you are eating is sending messages. Basically, the hormones are your messengers to tell your body to either burn fat or store fat, to either tell your body if you are tired or full of energy, if you're going to be in a good mood or a bad mood. You see what I'm saying? So think about your hormones as the messengers. And how do you want your body to feel? So if you're going to be eating something, for example, let's say, I don't know, pretzels and salsa, or chips and salsa, or whatever. I always go back to that. Or let me do this. I know that if I have bread, let's just say not gluten-free, but just regular bread, I know that I'm going to feel like this after I eat it, okay? But if I had put that back into my diet, after a while, my body's going to get used to it. Kind of like just like a smell in the room. You know, when you're in a room and it has an odor and it kind of goes away after a while. Not that any of us want to be in a room that has an odor, but you see what I'm saying? Your body starts to adapt and get used to it again. But if you're not putting those things in your body and then you all of a sudden do, your body is going to be like, oh my gosh, what the heck is going on? So that's just a really good example. So if I have a piece of bread that is just a regular piece of bread, it is signaling to my body low energy, fatigue. You know what I mean? So you have to think about food in that way. How is it going to communicate with the hormones in my body? And then just reevaluate before you start eating. I will tell you, when you start to think this way, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, maybe not. Because, okay, Kelly told me yesterday if I eat carbs with fat, that's an atomic bomb for fat storing. So yeah, no, I won't eat that. Okay, maybe I'll have this apple instead. Do you see what I mean? So that's all I'm trying to do, is just create awareness for you. So you have these little nuggets of knowledge so that you can easily make better choices. And when you make one better choice, it's just going to snowball and snowball and snowball. And then then you start to feel better. Then weight loss becomes a byproduct of all these amazing good choices that you're making, and you're like, oh my gosh, like this is amazing. Because people are more motivated by results. It's the matter, honey. People are more motivated by results than they are with goals. Okay, things that they need to accomplish or have to do, right? So just a couple of little nuggets for you. Once again, go to kellydelamettelifestyle.com, opt in, be a part of this community. I know you're going to love it. You're going to learn so much, and I'm so happy to share. So enjoy your Saturday, you guys, and we'll talk to you soon, and I'll keep you updated on my bunny situation. See you later. Bye.